Hey guys, welcome back to a new video of Dania. Today's video, I am continuing on the Viking area, but not specific area, but more a building, a blueprint actually. This build will be on the workshop after you've seen this. It's already on there if you want to check it for yourself, or you can watch the video and check it afterwards. But anyways. I felt like I was gonna try to do something in the same style as the previous, as the Shieldmaster's house. But the more I built to this building, the more I kind of like just added my own Viking vibe and such. And I felt like it came out quite good, to be honest. I think this is my best Viking build yet. I did use some reference pictures, kind of like to get started, and then afterwards I just kind of like just add my own detailing and what I would do on it and so on. So this one is called the Hunter's Market, which is gonna have a ribs shop in it, which is I felt like it was okay for the Viking area, sorry, or just the Viking building, since there are like it's a lot of bone, even though it's like they eat a lot of raw food, you know, like, and it's I felt it was kind of neat. Also, they go hunt a lot, and then this could kind of like be the place where they sell it. Not that this particular area is gonna have any history or anything. I was just more thinking about the shop itself. Like, it would be cool if it actually was some sort of a building that had a purpose and not just had a shop there. So I felt like it could be a hunter's market, which I also got help from people in Discord. I was like, what can I call this? Because I feel like it's something with hunter or like a market or something. Not particularly the same thing I said, but then I got some suggestions from people, and I felt like hunter's market was what's the way to go here? It's Viking-ish, sort of. So I went with that part, and after that I just kind of like had an image on how I wanted it to become, and I also used some of my orc stuff I did in actually the orc market building I made last year, I think. It had a lot of things. It had like this, like a stack. What's it called? Like a leather stack. No, racks, not stack, a rack. I placed that as well, but you will see that that's like long into the video. But as I said, I had this reference picture, or I had a few actually. But all of them kind of like had this unique roof that kind of like had this sort of a bow, and then kind of like a hull too, like a boat. And I took the task, why do I say task like that? I took the task and tried to make my own sort of style of roof for it, but with a lot of references from that picture or those pictures. Everything again on this build is custom. There's not, I think I put some windows on basically. And that's pretty much it, but basically everything else is custom. And I have to say that the roof this time was, it was a struggle. I think it's probably my best roof I did, and it do have its flaws, I would admit. But because we don't have that mirror tool sometimes, I wish that I just could kind of like mirror it, basically the thing I do here, and have it on the other side as well. But because I have two different angles on each side, then the angles can match up if I turn it around. So I had to like go custom all the way and try my best at it. Here I'm kind of like making some sort of little boat shape house. I felt like it was doable, or for a Viking area, and it also repetitive on a lot of the Viking buildings I looked at. So I felt like, okay, let me try this too. I do end up, you see a lot of those planks here, a lot of them are not, it's like the same texture you see all the way around. I do some off camera, and then you see me do some stuff here as well, where I turn them around a little bit, get it? So it's not super repetitive with the texture on the planks here. After I kind of like had an idea of how I wanted to do this, it kind of went okay with like the rest, the detailing part, the shape of it, and how I kind of wanted to make the building. Of course, I do, as I said, struggle a lot with the roof and some trim work, because it has this weird shape here, as a bowl almost, like a hall. So I was trying to do some stuff. I also cut out some stuff actually, where you see me start first on the roof, where I totally failed on it. So I'll think at some point you'll see me do my second try, which went way better. So I'm super happy about that result, but we will come to that, of course. As you see here, I did go in and make my own custom trim here, because it just didn't work out for me the way I wanted it at first, with just having single pillars. So I had to like layer them and make them a little bit like double, sort of. Afterwards, I just, I kind of like to add some detailing before I kind of like end the building, just to see if this is the way I'm going, how will it look before I like add 500 pieces more, and then all of a sudden I realize, oh no, this is bad, and then I kind of have to go back and redo all kinds of stuff. And yeah, so sometimes it's basically just me trying to do stuff before I kind of like decide, okay, this is how we're gonna do it. Here you also see me try a little bit with the trim work, as I did on the shield master's house, but they just didn't work out for me here. And I also tried with the icing, and no, it just didn't work out for me at all. It looked super random. So I scrapped that idea, and I kind of like add some other stuff to it later on. But I just, it wouldn't work for me at all. And also because it has those different angles the further up you go, and it doesn't allow you to have that with the trim part, like the Asian one from the World's Fair pack, the one you just saw me place. So it was a shame, because I really think if I could have added that on this, then it would have looked a lot better. But nevertheless, we will add tons of more stuff to this build, so it's gonna look super cool. As I said, I think this is my best Viking build yet. I've also only just made 3 builds only. The first one was kind of rock, like rock texture and thatch, where these two guys are more like wood, like huts, sheds, houses more likely, I think. So I feel like that next time I might try go in and do some station work on Holger, because I feel like this building here, I kind of like want to have that vibe too at Holger as well, the GCI coaster. And I also think I'm gonna get a little bit inspiration from Wodan, kind of like try to make some sort of that station, but not a recreation of it, that's not what I'm talking about, but just very inspired by it, and kind of like take some ideas and building style from that station. Even though this station or this build here kinda has that Viking roof with the sharp edges and the overhang and the compact the further up we go on the roof. And yeah, it could go both. It could go for it as well. But I think that's kind of like the main goal I'm gonna go for with Holger, because I'm not quite sure with the theming so much. It's a wooden coaster, right? And I'm not super fan of theming them. I feel like wooden coasters are mainly just for, terrain, or just have a lot of foliage, some wood, some trees and all that stuff. But I might add a few buildings. I have some in mind that I will do. Maybe just a little bridge and an overhang or some stuff. But that's for another episode. I might also do a little bit of that river rapids that I want. But now I kind of like have these 3 or 2.5 building now. It's not done yet, of course, this guy, but that kind of like, it have got me for where I am now with the Viking area. And I feel like that if I try not do something more now where I mix and match the style with each other, I might be able to come up with something cool as well. And I also need to make the station for the boat ride, which I actually don't know yet what I'm gonna do with that. I added another boat ride station to the Viking area too, by the way. I didn't say that in the last video, I think. But I felt like it was kind of nice that the boat ride also kind of like came over to the Viking area as well. So now it actually stopping at the vintage area where we have the centerpiece and the 3 rides and all that, the shops. It stops with Legoland, and then it stops at Viking area and then at the main street. So it kind of like has these 4 areas where it kind of like can transport people back and forth. So I think that was an okay idea, and also kind of like just to get some more traffic going on as well, and some more water traffic. That's what I want to say with the boats and all that stuff. Sorry. Back to the build here. I was trying here to make my little own trim work because yeah, we know the planks they don't allow us so much. I think the smallest one we have is like half a meter or something. I can't remember. It's very short, but it wasn't good enough for this part, so I just used the brackets here. Here is the part with the roof I was talking about, where I was struggling a lot to kind of like get the right shape, because for some weird reason, when I built this, I told you guys last time that the QoL update was super good for Dania, and I even got a new GPU as well. But when I was building this, the game didn't feel right. I also had a crash, but it doesn't stop me that though. I mean, I rarely get crashes, so I just have a bad frame rate sometimes. But it's way better now with the new GPU. I think I get about 30 FPS in pause, but in ultra in Dania, so that's quite a big jump from what I was playing at in medium and got 20 FPS in pause. So it's definitely a change for sure. But anyways, as I said with the roof here, I wanted just to duplicate the roof or just like mirror it, so I kind of like got the same on both sides. But because I messed up the angle a little bit on it, as I said, I was struggling a little bit to kind of like put them up right. But with some more scenery and some more buildings all the way around it and such, I kind of find a good way to do it. You'll see me here, I'm trying to first to add a little bit more roof on this little boat, half boat building, or how you say, shape building I did. But the roof on that one was way difficult than I thought, and it took a lot of time to do. But I felt like I first needed to do this roof first, so I kind of like got an image on how it would look with this big roof. And I must say that this roof, particular, the first roof you saw me did, it's not the best roof. It's mainly when you see all the roofs here I'm placing on the build together, then the roof looks totally different. And the roof itself is about, how was it? I think it was about 1,800, if not more, pieces. And of course, there are a little bit of layers and all that stuff. It's not super clean, this blueprint, in that way that I could have made it cleaner and maybe added more stuff to it at the end. But you don't really go inside of the build itself, so you don't really see it. So I feel like I could jump the short fence there and just say, what the hell, let's just leave it as it is. But yeah, so I wanted it to be a 4K blueprint, so I could put it on the workshop, which I also told you guys that it is, if you guys want it. And I will also add the other ones as soon as I've added some more stuff to it. I don't feel like they're 100% done yet, but I will let you guys know when I upload them on the workshop as well. But for now, guys, it's mainly just me struggling a little bit with the roof here. I had to make this little trellis-ish construction here with the roof, so I kind of like had an idea on how I wanted the brackets to be. Because as I said, this roof, particularly this roof, was such a struggle for me. I had to have a lot of breaks on this guy. And this roof could probably, yeah, I mean, I think when I'm making the tutorial with roofs, I'll probably make it a little bit easier roof part, or maybe a few variations of it, so you guys get a little bit of different roofs you can build. I'm working on it, guys, the tutorial, so it will come. It will come very soon, I promise you. But I don't think this roof particular is a good way, because mainly this was just me trying to make it work constantly. It wasn't really anything. Nothing was really planned on here. It was mainly just I know what I can do, and let me see if I can do it. And if not, then I'll find a way. So this is not, as I said, it's not very organized roof building, this guy right here, compared to the other one last time. But I got to it though, and it looked super, super cool when it's done. And I hope you guys will like it too. I'm pretty sure you guys will, but I'm always up for hearing some feedback or whatnot. So, but anyways, guys, for now, it's mainly just a lot of detailing, a lot of roof work I'm doing here. So I'm gonna give you guys some music, and then I will come back afterwards and talk a little bit of the new announced DLC we're gonna get here later in April. So yeah, guys, enjoy the speed build and enjoy the music. See you soon. Alright guys, welcome back. Hope you enjoyed the music. If you have seen, you see a lot of stuff been going on while there were music. You indeed even saw the little banner I did on the right, the flag. For some reason, I actually thought I recorded that little thing, but apparently it was just something I just got an idea of and tried to do without having the camera on or the recording on. So it just bloop all of a sudden appeared. But yeah, I just want to say something about it, that after I did add the banner, it really added up. Like, I don't know what it was, but it definitely did something to the build. It looks super Viking now, and I'm really liking that. The backside of the build, I actually had no idea of what to do. I didn't know if I should extend it to and have like another like boat built like I did on this side on the other side. But then I was like, in some reason I just felt like that I wanted the front to be quite nice, since that's where the shop is. So the back I could just kind of manage to just detail in some way that it just had a few things. And yeah, it's not looking super cool on the back. But after I kind of added a lot of stuff, like a little balcony and a little bit of shrubs and all the assets all the way around, I kind of feel like that it add up for like the flat thing it has on the back. But you also saw me do a little bit of the stairway and this little overhang with the drapes, which I thought was kind of neat. I felt like it was... The ones we have in game, the ones that you can hang over the shops, don't really work for me here. So I felt like the drapes could do the job here, and they did quite okay. And now I'm kind of like just adding all those kind of details that I feel like I can add where it needed. Because, as I said, I had in mind that I wanted to make a hunter's market-ish, so I kind of had the vibe of what I want to do. I kind of wanted just to have all sort of stuff being here, you know, what I can add of the assets we have in the game. But we don't have a lot of hunting things, so I just did go with a few stuff. And as I said, I do also take some stuff from my orc builds that also kind of add more to that hunter's market feel. But before I get into so much crazy on what the build here, I just kind of want to say a few things about the DLC that they announced. I'm not super fan of the DLC that is coming. I was hoping, so much hoping that we were gonna get a scenery pack. In some way, I kind of ignored the part that when we had the when we got the 2 Megas toolkit, that it was just for the community to make the assets that they want or they need in their game so they can make themselves. I didn't hope that Frontier kind of like was just gonna not give us any more scenery. I know it's been 2 years now, and I know if they've given us like 5 packs, but I don't know. I was just expecting so much a scenery pack. And then we get rides, and I'm like, we have so many freaking rides already in this game. Like, I haven't even used a lot of them. It was exactly the thing I said in the Black Mire video, where I don't get why we get more rides. Then people say, yeah, but that's what the community want. And I'm like, yeah, but wasn't that with the previous pack where we got like 10 okay, nice rides? We even got rides in the vintage pack too, which people also would have wanted. We've got a few coasters. I don't know, I was just wishing, and I guess I was hoping a little bit more on scenery assets to the game. Because my honest opinion is, I don't feel like my creativity can expand a lot with rides. It can expand if I get new pieces. And then a lot of people say, yeah, but then you can just use Theme Maker's Toolkit items. Yeah, but it's just not the same, and some of them look super derpy. And yeah, it's just, I don't know. I was just I'm a little bit disappointed, I guess, on the way they went, Frontier. But it's their call, and as I said, I still love the game. It won't change anything about how I feel about the game or the community or anything. I'm just not fan of the pack that is coming. Of course, none of the other rides in the pack have been announced, so I can sit here and be, you know, blah blah blah, and then maybe a lot of nice rides will come. But to be honest, I don't have any rides in mind that that would change my opinion or whatnot. Like, as I said, I'm pretty satisfied with the rides we have. A lot of people want more coasters. I can see that since it's also a coaster game. But I don't feel like the rides are such a necessity anymore. But that is just my opinion. I would love to hear what you guys think of the announcement of the new pack and what you guys have expected, or if you guys are just a little bit disappointed as me, or if you guys are actually super excited about this. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts for it, guys. But as I said, it doesn't change the way I feel about the game. I still love the game, and it is what it is. We all can be pleased, and it is what it is. That's just how life is. And of course, I still do appreciate that they still want to keep the game running, but their creativity side, it doesn't feel like it's expanding a lot from their side, because I really would have wanted a new pack. I really don't care what it would have been. Just some new assets, some new pieces. They could have extended already the pieces we have in the game, or the default theme that we have in the game, the fantasy one, the western, sci-fi. I know there's a lot of art style of Planko assets from like western stuff, and some of them are just so damn good, and sometimes I wish they were in the game. But yeah, it is what it is, and I'll still be super happy for everyone that really thinks this pack is awesome. I think it's cool you guys have it like that, but my opinion is that I'm just not super fond of this pack, and yeah, I can't really say much. We have to wait to see what's gonna happen, or what more rides there is in it. But right now, my opinion is kind of stuck. That I just expected something else, but it is what it is. But anyways, guys, just a little bit DLC rant from me, quick here. So before we end off the video of this, oh, I got so confused now. Of this Hunter's Market. You guys have seen me add some more shields, and started to add a lot more detailing, like the small assets and barrels, crates. And here I'm doing that again as I did at the Shieldmaster's house. Doing that little bit of roof that I think is supposed to be a little bit broken up and such. And you also saw me make those horns at the top, and that was actually from a picture I spotted, not my deer, but I thought it I thought it looked super cool having those horns on the top of the roof as well. So it added that little extra Viking roar ness, if you have to ask me. So I'm pretty satisfied on how that turned out, and what kind of extra little thing it gave to the build. The blueprint itself has what it is here. Also all the trees in the back and all that stuff. But feel free to add some more stuff on it or whatever you want. I'm definitely just gonna upload this as a blueprint, and it's gonna be in the workshop after this video, guys. So go check it out if you wanna see it for yourself, how all the pieces are put together, or the build is put together and all that. So yeah. But here at the end, I was kind of struggling a little bit of what to do at the front shop here, but I just added a few planks, and then I was like, okay, that's fine. It is what it is. Here you see me do what I said with the orc build, that I stole a little bit from my old orc builds, kind of like this rack here with some leather, and kind of like added it a little bit of bits of everywhere, so it kind of gave that stag vibe, rack vibe. And here I'm adding those meat sticks, I guess we can call them. I thought they felt okay for the Viking area, and since it's like a rib store shop, it's okay. And as you can see here, there was a little bit of the mess that I left in the building here. And as I said, if I removed a little bit of more of those brackets here, it would have been possible for me to add some more stuff. But at this point, I really didn't know what more to add on it. So I felt like it was okay. So it is what it is now. And yeah, the build is quite finished now. And I even added some lighting too, which you can see in the cinematics here in a sec. But yeah, guys. Here we are at the end, and here's the build. As you can see, the extra thing on the roof with the shrubs really does something to the roof sometimes. And the tiles definitely also needed a little bit of things on it on this side though. But I guess this side is just more, you don't see it as much as the other side. So I felt like it didn't need it to be super perfect on this side, but it did got a little bit of assets and scenery and a little bit of everything, so I guess it's okay for now. You can see the brackets that are sticking outside from the roof. I couldn't really do a lot to it. I did try to do some stuff off camera, but it just didn't work for me. So they're just sticking out there, but I guess it's okay. It is what it is, and I'm super stoked about this build here. So yeah, guys, I can't wait to try a new build here and show it to you guys. But for now, this is it. And let me hear down below what you think of the build and also what you think of the upcoming DLC. I would love to hear it, guys. And as always, I do appreciate you for watching. It means a lot. Have an awesome day, guys. See you in the next video. Bye.